This was the coolest thing. While having a catch with my son, he turns to me and says, "Dad, take my iPhone and now calculate exactly how fast my pitch is." I said, "How do you do that?" He said, "Easy, there's an app to do that. All you have to do is this." Come join me as I share with you this great information and how this is exactly applicable in every single car accident case. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and car accident attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. So this is wild. He hands me his iPhone and he says, all you have to do is when I release the ball to throw the pitch, all you have to do is push the button on the app. And now, as soon as the ball travels over home plate, push it again. And it'll immediately tell you how fast my pitch was. I said, wait a second. This isn't a radar gun. The iPhone doesn't have the ability to have a radar gun. He said, no, this is even better. All you have to do is push the button when I throw the ball and now push it again as soon as it gets over home plate. And it'll tell you exactly how much. So he throws the first pitch, throws it, I push it and stop it again, and I look at it and it says 98 miles an hour. I said, David, wait a second, something's wrong here, do it again. And now he does it again, this time it comes in at about 63 miles per hour. And I'm looking at this saying, this is amazing. How does this work? Now, the way it works is that it knows one key parameter. It knows the parameter of the distance between the pitcher and home plate. And according to this app, that's 60 feet. So now if you are standing 60 feet apart, and now I press the button when the pitcher releases the ball, and now the distance it takes to get to that home plate and push it again, now it knows exactly the time it took in which to get there, and it immediately calculates the speed at which that ball was traveling. Now, why is that remarkable and why is it related to car accident cases? In every single car accident case in New York, we always want to know what the speed was of the other driver. That's critical. So now, as long as we know the distance, as well as the time it took to go that distance, we can always calculate the speed. It's the same thing with this app, which is so cool, even though it's not a radar gun. But we always have to calculate the speed. We want to know whether the driver was going at the appropriate speed limit. Were they above the speed limit? Were they below the speed limit? Or at the speed limit? Now, I'm going to ask the driver during pretrial testimony how long it took them to travel from point A to the point where the impact occurred. How long did it take to get there? How much of a distance was that to go from point A to the point where the impact occurred? And now, when I have those two parameters, I can easily calculate the speed at which they were traveling. And so now, my son actually spent the rest of the afternoon trying to perfect his pitch, but more importantly, I said, David, you've got to make sure that you are standing 60 feet away, because if you're not 60 feet for this particular app, you're not going to get an accurate reflection of how fast you're pitching. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in a car accident case here in the state of New York. You know, I realize you're watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a great day.